AskMen subreddit title reads, Men, why have you slept with women you don't actually like? What is the reason behind that? So I'm guessing this is a woman asking this question, and us guys will know the answer. Let's see what some of the comments say. One guy says, I was 29, addicted to pain pills. She was 60, had pain pills, not proud, do not recommend. Okay, that's a bit of a funny one. Not sure if that actually happened, but if it did, hey, you do you. Um, Addiction is a difficult thing, so if you needed the pain pills so much and you're happy to go inside a 60-year-old woman, you do you. Maybe she was a bit of a jilf, but yeah, you kind of see it with women actually as well. You know, they would sleep with an older man for something that he possesses. You know, that might be money or fame or security, or maybe she has daddy issues. In this regard, this guy only did it to quench his addiction. So hopefully he's over that addiction. Hopefully he's not scarred by sleeping with a 60-year-old woman. But yeah, that's quite a funny one. Next one says, we have a saying where I'm from. I can't even read that. I think that might be Spanish. But it basically meaning dirty water quenches fire. I don't quite know what he means by that slogan. I'm just guessing that a man has needs, and as long as his needs get quenched, that's all that matters. It doesn't matter how she looks, as long as you know his needs are being fulfilled. So I'm guessing that's kind of how I read it, and I think that is probably the main answer to this. Is that the saying we have in the UK is any hole's a goal. You know, as long as she's got a vagina and you know you get your release, then you can do it. Just hope your friends don't notice you doing it, and you know they take the piss out of you. So I think that is the big thing here now, guys, is that a lot of women think if a guy sleeps with me, it means he has desire for me. It means you know he wants something with me. But us guys know sometimes, you know, it's 3 o'clock in the club. You know, you're a bit drunk and you're a bit horny, and you see this one girl at the bar who probably isn't your type, but you think, hey, this is going to be an easy lay. You sleep with her, and then you delete her number the next day. It's not nice, but that's just how it is. And I think women need to understand that, because you do see a woman sleep with a guy who might be more higher value than her on the sexual marketplace. They sleep together, and now that woman thinks that's what she deserves. That's the type of guy of a level she should be going for going forward. But as we all know, those guys aren't going to settle down with that girl. Next one says, she wanted to have sex, I wanted to have sex, and so we had some sex. Yeah, pretty simple. I really do wish. Look, I think, especially in the modern age, I think sex hasn't become as special anymore. I would like us to go back to the root where you know sex was special, and you're only having sex with someone you're in a committed relationship with. I don't like how easy it is for people to have sex, especially women. Women can walk down the street in their pajamas, their hair not done, and easily get any guy of any value to sleep with her. I wish that wasn't the case, but that's just how it is. You can't put the genie back in the bottle now. We're not going to go back to a more traditional society where sex is more sacred. Basically, men and women have needs. Women can have sex without too much scrutiny from society, even though many men are get the ick, so to speak, from women who sleep around. But yeah, I wish we can go back to a place where sex was much more cherished. I actually found out my girlfriend's best friend, she was a virgin up until 26, and I was amazed. And I said to her, respect to your best friend. You know, she's held her body for someone who she wants to be committed to. I think they've been together for over 2 years now. They're moving out together. They're probably going to get married. And hey, that guy is going to have, I think, a great marriage just on that alone. That she held herself, she kept herself pure. Sorry, until she is about to get married. So yeah, credit to them too. But I didn't expect it, especially in this modern world. Because she had a banging body but was an insufferable human being, and that last part is being generous. Yeah, a guy will sleep with a woman who is aesthetically pleasing even if they don't like their personality. They probably would sleep with that girl if she had a great body and a ugly face. Let's be honest, guys. So again, this just shows that men, do care about physical features, and they do want sex. It's inside of us that we have that urge, and she doesn't have to be someone we particularly want long term or particularly like. Like, you could actually dislike the person but still sleep with them. It's crazy, and I don't think many women have wrapped their head around it. Us men are dogs. Let's be honest, guys. I had sex with a woman I didn't find attractive because it was the only way of having a threesome with her friend who I was attracted to. Oh, that is rough. I'm guessing that did go ahead in the end, so fair play. He played the long game. He was playing 4D chess. Um, yeah, I personally, I would just try and have that sexual relationship with that girl without the threesome. I'm sure you could have worked your magic if you're a high value man and you know what you're doing with your game. But yeah, again, this just shows that if a man really likes a woman and the friends along who might look like a walrus, he'll take one for the team just to make sure he gets to sleep with the girl he really likes. I am a man whore. I like variety. She was interested in having sex. I thought, why not? Yeah. Now, does that, as a man, affect you in the long term? We know for a fact, there's been science and studies that women are more affected if they have sex with multiple partners. I was on a train back with a girl. We'd been dating for a while, but she was a walking red flag. And she opened up to me. She went down the feminist route, and she slept with a lot of men, was her words. And she says she regrets it, and it doesn't make her feel good. She thought it was going to make her feel good. Society told her it was going to make her feel good, her sleeping around and kind of acting like a man, but she was scarred by it. And look, don't worry, guys, I didn't stay with her after that train ride. I'd already decided I was never going to see her again. But when you realise you're not going to stay with someone, you ask more difficult questions because you thought, hey, why not? I've got nothing to lose. And that's when she opened up to me. So I think for women especially, it's more difficult mentally, and it crushes your soul if you sleep with a lot of people. I wonder if that has the same effect for men. I think it can do, but certainly not to the effect it does on women. But yeah, this guy admitted he just likes sex and he likes variety, so he'll have sex with women who maybe hasn't ticked off yet. Maybe he's not particularly attracted to Latinas. I know most men are attracted to Latinas, so probably not a good example. But yeah, he wanted to have sex with a Latina just to tick it off his list of variety. Because she was horny, I was horny. She has girl bits, I have boy bits. Fun times. Yeah, it's getting pretty self-explanatory now with these answers. It's just within us to want to have sex with the opposite gender. Sometimes when a man is shown desire, he caves, especially since feeling desired is usually infrequent for a man. Okay, this is an interesting point of view then. So this is you as a guy going through the world and not getting barely any compliments. You could probably count on one hand the amount of compliments you had as a guy throughout your life. So when a girl does show high desire for you and she thinks the world of you and she's complimenting you and she's making it easy for you to have sex with her, then you're more likely to think, hey, why not? I haven't felt this way before. She really likes me. This is an easy lay. Let's, get down to business. But again, that poor girl who's, opening her body and her heart to you, and deep down you're never going to commit to her long term, that's going to affect her in the long term, and she's going to start not trusting men. So it has this like domino effect that really impacts society. And I do feel sorry for women in that regard, especially women who have good intentions and want to commit to a man long term, and they do get played around. Now, us guys, we can see it from a mile away. Women are a bit blinded by it. Do a couple more. Because the women I like don't like me. Yeah, again, like, you don't want to bring down your standards just to get laid. Sex is important, but me personally, I would much rather tug one out, hit the gym, work harder, go for a walk. I find that much more fulfilling and will be better for me over just going on a date with a girl I don't find particularly attractive just to get my dick wet, so to speak. So from this guy's point of view, I think he needs to change his mindset on that. But again, I get it. Let's do two more. We have two heads and sometimes think with the wrong one. Yeah, you do need to think with your head on the top of your body over the one in your pants for sure. But hey, we've all maybe made decisions with the guy downstairs, and I think that's fine when you're young, as long as you're being safe and using protection and making sure the girl doesn't have a crazy ex-boyfriend. But as you get older, you do realise, yes, sex is great, but it's not the most important thing. You want to focus on other things, and especially when it comes to dating, you want to make sure this girl has a ton of green flags instead of red flags, because there's nothing worse than dating a girl with a lot of red flags, because it can come back to haunt you in the long term and can be the gift that keeps on giving. Last one, because my standards for girlfriends are pretty high, but my standards for sex are quite low. That's a great one to end on. That is so true. A man's happy to sleep with a girl and not commit to them long term, but when it comes to a girlfriend, he wants to make sure she has a ton of green flags and has a lot of value. However, it's hard to find that girlfriend who has a lot of value, because a lot of women are sleeping around like men, and they're getting slept with by guys we're speaking about in this post who are just sleeping with girls for the sake of it. So that woman has that backlog of trauma and experiences, and it stays with them. Now, she might not show it on the outside, people might not know about that history, but deep down she knows about that history, which is why I said when my friend has a girl who's lost her virginity very late to a guy she's still with, that's very rare. She literally is a unicorn. I know unicorns aren't real, but it'd be really interesting to see how their relationship progresses, and I'm going to see it firsthand. So, yeah, that guy's lucky. I'm lucky too. I love my girlfriend, but unfortunately, she wasn't a virgin, and yeah, it's very rare to find a virgin woman. But virgin women can have red flags, just like a woman who's slept around. So it doesn't mean just because you found a woman who hasn't slept around, she's going to be the one for the rest of your life. But it's certainly a green flag to be aware of. Anyway, that's all, guys. Cheers. See ya.